Weeks of touring and campaigning has all led to this moment. But how do New Hampshire voters feel? Our Jay O'Brien takes us to the Granite State.
You might ask why should you pay attention to a small, sometimes cold, but often picturesque state nestled in New England? Because for decades, voters here in New Hampshire have helped pick your president. The question now is, will they do it again?
It's great to be back in the Granite State.
Hello, New Hampshire. I'm thrilled to be back in your beautiful state.
The second state after Iowa in the Republican primary calendar, coming in first, even second in New Hampshire, can show the country a candidate has what it takes to make it all the way to the White House.
You have some states that just love college football. Other places have amazing barbecue. What New Hampshire has is politics.
After the Iowa caucuses thinned the Republican field, New Hampshire is now a two-person race between former President Donald Trump and his former UN ambassador, Nikki Haley. But winning the Granite State isn't easy. As its nickname suggests, voters in New Hampshire are hard as rock and aren't worried about speaking their minds and grilling candidates.
I have been to a bunch of other town halls.
Even 9-year-old Hannah Kesselring, who can't yet vote herself, has gotten in on the action, attending events for every single Republican presidential hopeful, even asking some hard questions.
Including at least 3 reasons why you think and some others, Haley supporters think that you should be elected president.
Which candidate stood out to you?
I really like Nikki Haley because she always has a great answer to questions, and she seems like a strong woman.
I think it's important for people to come to these town halls because you actually get a better opinion.
Are you guys truly undecided voters?
So when we started this process, I'll be honest with you, I was like full-fledged Trump. And what Hannah had made me realize is we're going to listen to everybody.
But even at events held by other candidates this year, we kept meeting New Hampshire voters who said they already had their minds made up.
I'm still probably going to vote for Trump unless something happens. You know,
Why is that?
he's already gone through everything they can throw at him, and he's still alive.
How many of you are coming to hear me for the first time?
On the heels of a key endorsement from New Hampshire's Governor Chris Sununu, Haley is gaining some steam here.
When we bring this home for Nikki Haley in New Hampshire, that's a complete reset button on the presidential campaign.
But Trump is still dominating in most polls, despite facing 4 criminal indictments, pleading not guilty to all.
So, despite the fact that he's the leader of the party, he's polling as well as he is, you still view Trump as the underdog because of everything he's gone through.
Well, not the underdog in the race. Yeah. I view him as, but he's the kind. But I think Americans have a real admiration deep down, and a lot of people probably won't admit it. But I think there's a deep down admiration for getting beaten and bloodied the way he has, and yet not only still standing but thriving in it.
Whether or not you think Trump is an underdog, here in New Hampshire, voters like their Cinderella stories. This was the state that famously revived Bill Clinton's 1992 campaign.
That New Hampshire tonight has made Bill Clinton the comeback kid.
And helped define Ronald Reagan's 1980 run with this testy moment at a debate in Nashua.
I am paying for this microphone, Mr.
People saw the character of the man, a kind of toughness that was there. That's another aspect of why New Hampshire, because you can come in here with very little resources and just submit yourself to the process, put yourself in front of the people, and if you have what it takes, you're going to see a response.
I'm Dean Phillips. I'm running for president.
On the Democratic side, that is exactly what Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips is trying to do in a long-shot bid to wrestle his party's nomination away from President Biden.
Are you ready for some change?
Yeah.
New Hampshire won't host the first official Democratic primary this year after the national party decided to give that honor to South Carolina because of the state's more diverse population.
It puts black voters at the front of the process in South Carolina.
But New Hampshire is still holding a primary before South Carolina. It's just not sanctioned by the National Democratic Party, meaning President Biden won't be on the ballot. The president's supporters will have to write his name in.
It is time to have young people have their voice in the White House, right?
Phillips, along with Marianne Williamson, will be on the ballot here. So the millionaire Minnesota congressman sees an opening.
When we surprise on January 23rd.
And is using his own money to make his pitch to New Hampshire voters.
What are you hearing from fellow Democrats? Not
silence. Silence. Total silence. It's a disease of silence.
They don't like what you're doing.
Believe it or not, I'm closer, I think, to your age than a lot of people running right now.
I mean, you're on the stump talking about the age of the commander-in-chief, the head of their party.
I don't talk. The country has opined on the age of both of these candidates, 75%. How can you say that 75% of the country, in just about every poll, does not want this to be the election, Donald Trump and Joe Biden?
President Biden has shrugged off concerns about his age, pointing voters to his string of legislative accomplishments.
There you go. Thank you. You're so welcome. Enjoy.
Trailing President Biden in recent New Hampshire polls, Phillips's campaign continues.
Nice to meet you.
In places like Diz's Diner in Manchester, meeting voter after voter, table after table in typical New Hampshire style.
Nice to see you guys again, too.
Looking on is Judy Window, Diz's owner.
So the second Saturday, we make holiday cards.
She's seen all this before pretty much every 4 years, but is still keeping a close eye on every White House hopeful that passes through.
I like to see how they interact with people, what they do when the cameras aren't on them.
Oh, interesting.
That's, to me, really important. I find that very interesting.
Their character.
Their character.
And you get to see that in a way that the rest of the country doesn't.
Right. You get the snippets and you get those sound bites. I'm not looking for those. I'm just looking for what happens behind the scenes.
Our thanks to Jay O'Brien. We will see how it all unfolds in just a few hours.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.